You'll notice that some words in here aren't typical to what you would actually hear. So if you flip over on your sheet, you have a dictionary that goes along with this for if you need any help for clarification on words such as mal, which is a drunk state. Okay, now I could fast forward you guys a little bit to turn to page 29 and look at the last paragraph where it says, I don't believe you could. Read from there. And then when you finish that, we'll. If you have not literature that they're in like a club right now. Right, so I'm gonna give you about 20 more or 40 more seconds. Okay, so what were some, I guess, key phrases in the first part that you guys had to go ahead and follow this? Anyone who's free for all, go for it.
The part with the shorts. Not who's wearing the one great thing that people were wearing. They're all wearing. I did the part when I says closed end, love ever staring into space, watching something on the feed. Like they don't have anything in front of them, but it's in their head and they're just completely out of it.
Julie?
I think I did it wrong.
No, go for it.
No, I like highlighted things like I heard about this great site called Lonebringer. Like $85 one click and we'll be completely right for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I don't know, I thought that was weird.
I highlighted that one too.
You did.
That follows into what Jackie was saying with the whole like consumer. Other parts of it that I also underlined was weasel face in malfunction. In their terms, that's like getting like super drunk. a common part of dystopian literature is also the use of like drugs and alcohol, I guess. So any dystopian book that you read usually has some sort of like drug that they use. To them, they have feeds in their heads that it would essentially be like having your iPhone in your head, where you could just look stuff up in your head. But to them, in order, they would like screw up their feeds, and that would be getting drunk or like a sort of drug to them. So that's common for them too. Also in this section, you see a lot of like sex comes out and just the appeal of like the genders to each other. Like when they were like, this girl is a Meg, I'm into it. Like she's not into any of us. But what like matters to them is like that like sexual draw, which is another common theme among dystopian literature, is just like that sexual appeal. I went ahead and turned to page 29. What did you guys find from there on?
The old man reached out and with a metal hand touched me on the neck, suddenly I could feel myself broadcasting.
Mhm.
That was weird.
Okay. Did anyone else highlight that or highlight anywhere near that?
I highlighted all the we enter a time of calamity
Mhm.
parts.
Okay. Yeah, okay, so I want you guys to focus in on that, where it says, we enter a time of calamity, blood on the tarmac, fingers in the juicer, towers of air frozen in lunar wastes, models sit on the roadways with their legs facing backward, children with smiles that can't be undone, chicken shall rot in the aisles, see the pillars fall. So again, in dystopian literature, it's common for someone to break out against this, and this old man was that person trying to break out against the culture that was like so embedded in them. So yeah, so you guys did a great job going through and finding these things. So hopefully in the future, when you use that, you'll be able to find it. Potentially, how I would wrap up this lesson is a discussion on how those relate to the parts on the sheet, and then how that relates to your responses, which relates to Wally. Like, so that it all just comes together. And then you guys would do another journal write based off of the prompt of, do we live in a dystopia today? And then for homework, you would go home, find a YouTube clip or a text that you've read before, an article online or something that would fit these characteristics. So that's how that would be summed up. Now, I need your guys' opinion. What did you think? How could it be improved? How was it good?
I thought it was good. It was interesting, definitely, because not many people think of it in this perspective. But like the fact that you have a YouTube video and you incorporated like so much stuff into it made it interesting.
Especially that WALL-E's a Disney movie, and people don't really think that it would have that kind of message, like a warning for us almost.
Mhm.
So it's interesting to think of it in a different way.
I think going forward, I don't know, like, I think it's good that you're connecting all three of them. That really makes it click. I don't know, yeah, I kind of want to read this book now.
It really looks good. I think one more question. Okay, so in our class, we're talking a lot about English language learners and people who are like not native speakers of the English language, and how like we have to reinforce many things in order to get them to like catch on. So that's why I have like the visual aid, the highlighting. So like the highlighting is like a very visual thing, and then I have like the dictionary because there are a lot of words in here that are like not English words anyway. Just to try to get that other options. Do you think that those would be effective if you were not a native speaker? And think of it in like a Spanish class. If you were like taking Spanish, would all these methods be effective to you? And if not, how else do you think that I could add in that aid?
I think it's definitely good, because especially if you give them their own copy list, then they can take it home with them too and go through it.
I think the video especially was good because WALL-E doesn't have a lot of dialogue in it anyways, so that's kind of universal. I mean, obviously a lot of them probably wouldn't be able to follow with all that text, but I think the fact that it has the dictionary with it is helpful, and it puts them on the same level as the other students that don't know what those words mean,
Mhm.
so that's good.
I agree with both of them.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome.
That's it.
Yeah.